establish the case of defilement, there is a sine qua non, a necessary condition that must be met. That is a medical report. Which hospital was the matter reported to? Which station was it reported to? What were the symptoms they saw then? So that, from all indication, is just a mere conceptualization from abstraction. It's not credible to say that a girl was, defiled 7 years ago. You kept quiet. And now you set up the guy. You brought CCTV people, and you now place that same girl,
victim,
that same victim beside, the alleged sexual predator. Now, there is what we call accessory before the fact. And accessory after the fact. So, the intention is what we call mens rea. The act is what we call the actus reus in law. So she knew what she was doing by setting up Baba Ijesha. So the intention was, for Baba Ijesha to sexually abuse the girl again, and the act was present. So princess is an accessory before and after the fact. Now, when you look at it critically, I watched that video. I discovered that the man was being rough-handled. That is jungle justice. Nobody has the right to assault anybody physically, because Section 36, Sub 5 of the Constitution makes it clear, categorical, and unequivocal that every accused person is presumed innocent until his guilt is proved beyond reasonable doubt by a court of competent jurisdiction. What gave them the audacity, the right to beat Baba Ijesha? And going beyond that now, when you watch that video, you will agree with me that what was there was indecent touch. There was no rape there. There was no defilement. What you have in that video was indecent touch. And before you can establish first degree molestation or second degree molestation, there must have been absence of consent. And if it is first degree molestation, the girl must be less than 12. If it's second degree molestation, the girl must be above 12 but must not be up to 14 years. This girl is up to 14 years. And she was not resisting. And people are now saying that Baba Ijesha should not be released on bail. I cannot see any under law under which you can hold Baba Ijesha. Because one, Section 36(5) presume Baba Ijesha innocent. Even in the face of the video evidence, right? That touch was pursuant to the consent of the girl. Because the girl stood up to hug Baba Ijesha. Let's not
and sat beside him.
Placed
her head on
his chest. So now let's now suppose that the girl even resisted. The offense is still bailable for God's sake. The police did well because they wanted to release Baba Ijesha, but they didn't do well because why should they listen to to one Ijabo Joe or some people protesting? The law is the law. You cannot just change the law. You cannot pay the Digari, and circumvent the provisions of the law. If an offense is not punishable with death, right? Every, magistrate court has the jurisdiction to release the suspect on bail. Now, look at the issue of molestation now, right? It's not punishable with death. It's not punishable with life imprisonment. So it's bailable offense under Section 35. 5(1)(a) of the Constitution that says that where the offense is not one of capital nature, the police does not have the jurisdiction to detain the suspect beyond 24 hours where there is a court within a radius of 40 kilometers. And the police actually wanted to release this man. Look at Princess crying. Suppose she's even the biological mother of the child, right? This is the whole thing looks bogus. Crying that what Baba Ijesha did, this, that. She's an accessory before and after the fact. And I take exception to the idea that we must now circumvent the provisions of the law when some people have polluted the stream of justice because they were carrying placards that Baba Ijesha should not be released. The right to liberty is a constitutional right. So Baba Ijesha's right to administrative bail is one of ex debito justitia. Is one that is as of right. It is his constitutional right. I wonder why the man is just being held in custody for allegedly committing a bailable offense. Because the issue of being raped 7 years ago cannot be sustained. No medical report, no report was made
to the police.
And now the conventional statement allegedly being fronted all over the social media.
Video,
it's ridiculous.